welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. Today we're going to take the 396 high riser engine and we're going to use a panel liner on it to bring out the details. Now I already did the heads inside and out before we got here, before I even glued them on. So let's take Tamiya's panel liner, which has been my go-to panel liner now since I quit making my own, because this is pretty much flawless. What I'm doing is I'm taking it and I'm going to rub it a couple of times because I just shook the bottle up and I want to thin it out just a smidge off that tip because this stuff settles in the bottom. So I'm patient myself there, get it cleared off, and we'll start right at the front of the intake. And just a touch is all you need. See how it runs around? Let's do everything that sticks out. Now I'm not trying to make it dirty. I'm trying to highlight things. So see where I got it, and it just ran up on top a little bit. We'll take a Q-tip, clean Q-tip, and I'm going to even twist it in my fingers a little bit to get all the strands tight. And I'm going to come back, I'm going to rub that off. See there? Clean as a smig. So let's continue down here. And like I always say, it is a whole lot easier to do this off camera than on camera. But look at how that panel liner will run. Let's do these two drops in the high rise. If it doesn't run all the way down on its own, you can touch it again and kind of fill it and it'll run. So we'll do the next one. Even my shaky hands make this look good. See how it'll kind of run around and it fills all the little gaps and cracks and makes things look really nice. Let's keep going. I'm going to hit it right in the edge there and let it run up. Now back where the distributor bolts on. I'm trying to make sure that this stays in camera. But look at how neat that runs around there. But I had a lot of people asking me, you know, how I get all that detail out of my engine blocks. So look, that already came all the way around the corner. Let's keep it running. And this is how I do it. I show that detail that's already molded in there, and I show it off. A little bit of highlight goes a long way here. So that didn't run up to the top, so we'll add a little more. Come down to the bottom, and we'll give those the split. Now, let's hit these carbs. We'll start right wherever. And just let it run through all the little cracks, all the little details, and make them show off a little bit. See there? Get some more on here. And what I'm doing is I'm dipping the brush and I'm wiping off as much as I can so I don't have a whole boatload on there. The wife says hi. But I am, see, that's just sucking underneath. There we go. Look at how that makes that copper color that I painted these really jump out. And like I said, if I was doing this off camera, I'd probably be close to done already. But I promised some people that I would make this video, and this is what we'll do. Look at how the intakes look. It's so cool. It just comes to life. Now, I like that, but what I want to do is I want to tone that down a little bit inside. So we're just going to go boink. And I'm going to take some of it out, and that still leaves enough in there. Look at the difference between this one, and as a matter of fact, this one and that one. So let's go with this now. Give it a touch. I love watching it run. It's almost like therapy, you know. But if you're going to do all the work on making these engines look really good and painting them and doing all that, a little bit of panel liner can take you up to the next level and just make everything perfect. Come around the inside. You see that's not running as flat aluminum, so it doesn't really run that much. So I'm kind of forcing it where I want it to go. I missed a little bit there. There we go. And I could leave that. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's do that again over here. And leave those dark like it would be if you're looking in there. You can still see the butterflies. There you go. Just like that. And there's your intake. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. So with the intake, I also do the water pump and things like that. But for this video, we're just going to go straight over to, and the reason why I did this is so I could hold it. I did these earlier so I could hold it. But we'll do the transmission. So stick around, because this really is stuff you don't see, but you know it's there. And watch how cool it is. I did this with that flat aluminum gold mix, that panel, just to highlight it a bit. And then with this, man, does it show it off. And now I'm just going to hit every single, gone, every single little raised edge on this transmission. And I just looked to see if I was in frame still. There we go. Drag it down across the bolts. That's the bottom. Go ahead and hit the tops too. Look at that. Man, I'll tell you. A little bit around. A little bit where it bolts onto the bell. This is so simple, guys, and it's so fun to do. Just giving it a little touch here and there. A little bit of loving. Now we'll come around. We'll get the little sticky up dealies over here, molded in. Like I said, this is all molded in. It's not like it's anything extra. It's just hit it with flat aluminum or whatever color your choice, and then come back and tag it with a panel liner to bring it to life. Look at that run. This is fun. It really is. I don't get this excited all very often. But there we go. There's our train. How about right there? I know you guys were all saying, hey, you missed the bottom. I got those two little dots there. Take them away. And then I also did the oil filter. So let's give us a little bit of look in there. There we go. That'll give that a metallic look on the bottom. This is a cartridge oil filter. Now, we can come up and see all the bolts on the oil pan. Just run it across. Let's do the other side. Hit it. And then you ready? Just run it across. Come on the outside and do it again. And look at those bolts just jump. Isn't that cool? All right, water pump. And after I'm done with the engine here, I'm going to do these headers real quick with the black that we have out, since it's out. And see, I'm not really dirtying up the engine, because this is going to be, this engine was taken care of, man. He's got a lot of money in here. But what I am going to do is I'm going to highlight the detail and make it where you can see the divisions. It's not really going to show as dirty as much as shadow. And there we go. Let's not go too much with that, but check that out. I can do around the bottom, right here, and right there. And I think we're gonna stop right there. But now, in the time that we took to do that transmission, and that's why I did the transmission too, is to show you, if I can grab it, is to show you what those carburetors did. See how that stuff kind of fades away a little bit and leaves you with all this highlight. And look at on the intakes, you know? And on those high risers, I feel that if I don't do this, then I'm just gonna have a big glob of aluminum sticking up there. But when you do that, I mean, if you look at that from the side, now you got good detail in there. I mean, that really shows up. And then we'll put the valve cover, or the valve covers, the air cleaners on top of that, and that's sticking through the hood right about there. Geez, that's going to be so cool. So there's the engine. Let me put that in my expensively made engine stand. And we'll set that off to the side. And since I still have the black out, let's do these headers and exhaust. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to touch these rings. And I'm going to let it be on there thick, because I did this in chrome. So I'm going to follow these rings around and make sure I got a good color line all the way around. Oh, not like that though. Let's start out. I'm glad that happened though. See, it's that easy to fix a mistake. So now let me get this back going. And we're going to go in the middles and highlight this all out. And there you go. There's the muffler. Now I got one more to do, but I'll do that off camera. I have a little bit much here in the middle, so let's come back and we'll just do this with this Q-tip and take it back down and look at what that does. How about that, man? Isn't that sweet? All right, now let me put the lid tight on this, because I know I'll reach over and I will knock it across the room. Now I'm getting my dark gray accent liner. And with this, you got to kind of watch. You don't want to get it going too crazy. So I'm dipping it in and I'm wiping it off about 3 times. And I'm going to come on the other side of this where the white is, and I'm going to hit that with this gray. And I'm not going to do it as much here on this ring, but then we're going to come down and look at that run up there. And all I'm doing is giving a shadow. See that? Come down here. Give that shadow a run there. Yep, I got a little bit on there. I don't want to use the one I used the black on. I want to use a fresh one. I'm going to roll it in my fingers a little bit. Come in and just spread that out. Get rid of it. And we can always come back when that dries and hit it again. But look at the shadow line that dropped. Now let's do our ringlets. They might take a while and they might spread, so I'm going to tap with my finger and come up and kind of just push that around a little bit. And come in here. We'll do all the bolts. That we can see and reach without making a holy mess. Come on the bottom side. And I'm going to do the same shadow run here. Are we ready? Look at that takeoff in there. This is actually where the two molds are, and it'll run in there, soak in real quick. But now see, I don't like that little. Let me use my finger there, so I don't drag out of the inside. But it'll suck in there, and where the two pieces of paint come together, it'll hit those, and it'll make a shadow line. Make it look like those pipes are really pipes instead of just thrown together. Same thing here. Watch this white this will really make a difference. See here? Again, with the shaky hands. That's all right. Tap it out and make it look good. Look at that. I want a little bit more in there, and I'm going to force it uphill here. See how the capillary action just sucks that right up into there, and that comes all the way up to where it breaks. And when that dries, that's going to look like these pipes are split, and that's really what we're looking for, because that's what they're supposed to be. Didn't carry all the way up, so we'll finish it. There we go. And how about if we say, quit messing with it while it's looking good? Look at those pipes, man. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Especially for something that's going to be sitting like this with everything underneath it. So all you're going to see is that much of it, you know. But look at how that black panel liner did with the chrome. It comes down, and it just makes everything good. Now let's take one more quick. And here's a before and after we can do. Look at the difference. Tell me that's not a huge difference in just making it look a little bit more realistic. And it's just bringing out the details that are already in the model. You know, these kits are modeled with some crazy detail anymore. And this is an old kit. And I always was amazed. But there we go. Panel liner, 10 minutes. Crazy awesome, isn't it? But anyhow, I am Mark, and this is Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. I want you to have a good day. Thanks again for watching.